Multiple state officials taken out by their own party's voters in last night's primary. Perhaps the biggest surprise was Catherine Truitt, the Republican superintendent of public instruction, ousted by homeschooling activist Michelle Morrow. But incumbents lost on both sides of the aisle. WRAL state government reporter Will Durham is with us. Will, you tell us about some of the incumbents in our area who lost last night.
That's right. There were two big upsets in local Democratic primaries last night. Durham State Senator Mike Woodard lost to Sophia Chitlick. He's been a fixture in Durham politics for 20 years now, including the last decade in the state legislature. And then just northeast of Raleigh, State Representative Michael Ray lost to Rodney Pierce. He's one of the last social conservative Democrats, and Ray could still call for a recount on that race. Unofficial results show he lost by only 42 votes, so we'll be watching for that. But in both of these cases, the more progressive candidate beat out longtime state lawmakers who were seen as more moderate.
And we talked about Republican lawmakers who also lost last night. There was a theme that we saw. What was it?
Yeah, so you saw Republican lawmakers George Cleveland and Kevin Crutchfield both lost their seats on the coast and the Charlotte suburbs. And just like the Democratic primaries, where you see the left wing of the party kind of flexing their political muscles, both of those GOP primaries went to challengers who ran as the more right-wing option.
Have voters become disenfranchised with moderate politicians? Is that what it is?
I think that's part of it, but the thing is, all of these incumbents who lost weren't necessarily that moderate. George Cleveland, who's been in the legislature for 20 years, has been one of the most conservative members of that legislature, but he lost still to a challenger from his right. And then while Woodard and Ray, it's true, didn't always vote the Democratic Party line 100% of the time, they still stood by their party on almost everything. So for primary voters, that just wasn't enough.
All right, Will, thank you. And